Hello, this is tips and tricks for DK and Academy.
Five,
These were my
four,
talents, by the way.
three,
Okay, so at the start, uh, you go forward and you can choose a buff. This guy I think is Ace. The blue one is Mastery, and I take this one. The green one here is you take 10% more increased healing, and the orange one is you have more verse. So there's another one in the back, but I don't know. Usually the first pull is these. These birds hurts a lot. There's nothing really you can do, nothing to IMS, nothing to uh, look out for. So yeah, after these lashers, okay, you want to try and stack on the tank as they spawn green shit that blinds you and does insane amount of damage. So don't even try to AMS because it will go through and one shot you. And that's pretty much it. And then yeah, make sure you stack and follow the tank. It will make it easier. Uh, and then for the first boss here, the same thing. Make sure you stack on the tank and move one direction. A bunch of ad spawns. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can AMS here. Uh, you'll see here. We're gonna have to move together as a team. The hunter died, so yeah, don't stand in those. It knocks you and do damage. So in theory, you can IBF and that's advance, but don't do that. The main mechanic of this fight is branch out. When he's about to cast branch out, just before he casts it, there it is. He did a small AoE, it did some damage, but the main thing is it gives everybody in the group a bleed debuff. And the way you clear the bleed debuff is by killing the adder. So make sure you kill the adder, prioritize it. It also has a kick, so it's great for breath. So yeah, all you have to look for is the damage you take is this bleed, basically. Otherwise, there's nothing to aim as. So next ad is this guy. He spawns tornadoes and he also does a huge AoE that knocks you and deals damage like this. These people are gonna run away and LOS. I will stand there and AMS plus deaths and vents to absorb the damage and not get knocked. So you should do that. Make sure you touch the tornadoes as they will do a lot of damage and stun you. As you can see, the tank got it and he's losing a lot of health. Imagine if it was you. Also, you cannot AMS all of them, so make sure you run out. Like here, I will show you. I'm gonna run out. Well, I'm not gonna run, I'm just gonna LOS. So you can stand in it, but LOS. So it doesn't do anything. Like that. And yeah. So these bars do nothing. I would suggest that you pop CDs on the third set of ads. Not this one, this is the second set. But the third set has two birds, which is really great for damage. Breath is really good on like 2 or 3 targets. I will pop CDs here. Two big birds. Our cleave is insane. So for this boss, uh, the main ability is Defeating Screech. It's an AoE that is magical, so make sure you IMS. Here I will IMS the first one, and then I do that because I want IMS to be back up for the third and the first one, which will do more damage, because every time he Screech, it deals more damage. It's a debuff that stacks. So I will use nothing for the second one, and then for the third one I think I will use only MS, and then for the fourth one, if there's one, I will use ABF. And make sure you dodge the fire, and that's pretty much it. Make sure you MS the Screech, as it's magical, 2 LP healers. So for this, trash. There's one mob that's really hard to... It looks very big, but it's mostly one mob. It's the Scepter. I'll put it as my focus target. It has a blast. If not interrupt, it like one-shots the whole raid. It also has like an arcane missile that spawns swirl that needs to be CC'd. Unfortunately, I will not be able to show you on this bull as the thing just pulls and die. But we respawn and we do it again on the other side of the map here. So same thing here. These are irrelevant. The main thing you have to look out for is the scepter in the middle, and I will show you. Otherwise, there is nothing really to AMS. So the mythic blast here, it started casted. I tried to kick it, but it got knocked up. So it will just recast. So make sure you stop it with an drop, and it's gonna recast. So now it started recasting, and nobody has kicks because everybody wasted it. So now I'm gonna grip it. Yeah. So figure out a way to make sure you kick it. Otherwise, it's like insane amount of damage. And then the only other thing that matters is the missile. This arcane rain. It will get CC here, but if it gets the cast off, it starts spawning swirl, just like thundering, but that follows you, and it's pretty bad. So make sure you CC that, like I do with Dragon. And this doesn't recast, so it's really good. On this trash, the Ravager jumps on the furthest person and does a breath. Make sure you dodge it. You will see here, he jumps, and then he starts breathing in a direction that needs to be dodged. Otherwise it kills you. These trash do nothing. The only thing that matters is the textbook. The textbook has a cast. They will cast soon. This monotonous lecture. It targets someone and put them to sleep for 12 seconds. And it's a channel, so you can kick it anytime. So just make sure you stop it. The next pull here has a scepter. I pulled it with Dragon. But yeah. Look, I'm already targeting the scepter and kicking it because you don't want the mythic blast to go off. So here, Arcane Rain is actually gonna go off. So it's gonna start spawning swirl. So you see thundering, but there's also like a purple swirl that spawn, and that needs to be CC'd or it gets MS. And even if you CC it, if it gets the cast off, it still spawns, so you need to pre-CC it. And then that's pretty much it. Make sure you stop the sleep thing. I will grip one, kick this, and don't forget about the scepter. So for this boss, there's a few mechanics. These herbs that spawn, every time you soak one, it does damage. And you take increased magical damage, basically. So you don't only want to like soak one or two. Even if you soak with AMS, you still it still applies the debuff on you. So make sure you only soak one. Usually the tank will do it. This is the frontal. The main thing here for DK is that the mana bombs. Every time he casts mana bombs, it goes on 3 targets. This, it went on all 3 of us, and it drops a puddle. This is AMSable, but I wouldn't suggest to AMS it because it's bugged. You will not get the application of the bomb, but it will still drop a puddle on the ground. So you will not have a circle, but you will still drop the puddle, which is weird. So what I suggest is you AMS the damage it does. So in 3 seconds you AMS to absorb the damage. I will show you later when I do it. Actually, I do it right now. AMS the damage. Just like that. And that's pretty much the fight. Make sure you dodge the frontal and soak the orbs. At least one. So this trash, those knights does a whirlwind that needs to be dodged or CC'd. You don't want to. What I suggest is, like I do here, you want to target something else that is not a knight, because if you're breeding, you cannot hit the knight if they're not CC'd, because they're gonna be casting whirlwind. So make sure you target something else and you cleave off the knight. You cleave off the invoker, I mean. Those invoker cast missiles that don't matter. But the thing that matters is astral bombs. You will see here. Astral bombs does damage to you. It is AMSable and it doesn't apply on you, but don't do it because it does damage to the mobs and to you. So it's good if you stack on the mobs, as it will do insane amount of damage. I wish here I stay in the mob and I pop AMS to like absorb the damage it will do, but it will still affect the mobs. So if you do that, make sure you pop a defensive. But you should do that. I wish you did all the damage you did. So here I do the same thing here. And here I'm gonna show you the damage it does in a second. Astral Bomb on me, I stay in, and it damage everything. As you can see here, Astral Nova are the bombs. It did almost 500k damage, so it's very good. And that's pretty much it for the trash. The same thing here, make sure you target an invoker. Don't be in melee of the whirlwind. And for this boss is pretty weird, but so every time you get hit by a mechanic, you get one stack. Each stack gives you increased damage done. At first stack, it's all your stack disappear, and it spawns a puddle on the ground, and the puddle on the ground is bad. You don't ever want to have first stacks, basically. So it throws bombs at you, but first this vacuum knocks you and do damage. If you don't AMS, you will get an application, which you will do more damage. So what I do is I AMS, the first one, so I don't get a stack and I don't take damage. Don't have to run out. But always be aware of your stack. You can pre-AMS the bombs this. I didn't do it because I didn't have AMS. And this will apply one stack. So by doing this, I'm doing more damage now. 5% more damage. But not 10% because I have 2 stack. So here, because I'm only at 2 stack, I'm just gonna take this raw. Without AMS, without nothing. And I think I'm surviving. And now I'm at 3 stack and I'm doing more damage. The bomb's on the tank. Make sure you touch the breath. And the next bomb I think goes on me. And I think I AMS it. So the way you can tell it's on you, if it's facing you. Right now it's facing me, so I will AMS. It also targets you at the last second. Right here it's targeting me, and I pop AMS. And I'm at 3 stacks. AMS because I don't want to have first stack. At first stack it's bad. You spawn stuff on the ground, it's very bad. And it doesn't go on me easy. But here I did a mistake. I greed too much, and I don't run out of this. So always run out if you have 3 stack. Here I get it, and I spawn a puddle. This puddle is very bad. First of all, I lose all my stack, so I'm doing less damage. But also this puddle can wipe the raid. It's gonna keep spawning orbs. And every time you get it by orb, it spawns more puddle like that, and it spawns more orb. So it gets very bad, very quick. So never get it by that. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later.